Good afternoon, folks. Big Bo here with another great Class A diesel motorhome value from Parkway RV Center. And yes, folks, this is Georgia, not Minnesota. We're having a kind of a rare snowstorm today, but I still bring you deals here. Today we're going to look at something I haven't had or been able to get a hold of in a while, and that is a nice, clean, affordable diesel pusher for under $40,000 with low miles. Well, if you'd asked me 6 months ago or a year ago how scarce the market would be on these things to find them, I never would have believed you. But trust me, folks, for those of you who've been subscribed to my channel for the last several months, you've noticed that less and less Class A diesel motorhomes have been listed with low miles because I can't find them. I'm talking about, I've got connections that we've had for almost half a century and we still can't find them. And I'm sure many of you who are looking for a motorhome in this price range know how slim the pickings are. Well, today I've actually got a hold of one that I think you're really going to enjoy. It's in very nice condition. This is a 2001 Monaco Night. The model number is a 38 PBD. It's 39 feet long. It's only got 37,000 miles on it. Got a lot of upgrades that I'm going to go over. I've spent some time in it going over everything. I've got the furnace on. And all in all, folks, this is an incredibly nice motorhome for the age and the price. Tires look great. Now, folks, back in 2001, Monaco kind of made it confusing for people because they offered 3 different engine choices in the Monaco Night. And I noticed a lot of people that advertise these, because they're so hard to verify, they actually just list it with the biggest engine. Well, folks, I'm not like that. I spent my time, I actually crawled under there, looked at the motor, got the numbers off of it, went through the owner's manual, went through the books, found paperwork on the motor. They offered 3 different motors in 2001, a 260 horsepower ISB Cummins diesel with a 4-speed Allison transmission. They also, you could get a 300 horsepower ISB Cummins diesel with a 6-speed Allison transmission, or the best motor was the new 315 horsepower ISC Cummins diesel with a 6-speed Allison. Well, folks, I have personally verified it and guarantee it. This has the 315 horsepower ISC Cummins diesel. Got a 5,000 pound hitch on the back. You can put you a stronger hitch on there if you need to tow more, because it can definitely handle it. But it's got the bigger motor. This unit standard had a 6500 propane generator. This one's got a 7500 Diesel Onan generator. Runs great. Now, this unit just came in, folks, so even though I'm selling it for $39.9, a couple of things I'm going to do to it. I'm going to replace both the fabrics on the slide toppers. Just hard to do that when it's 20-something degrees outside. And I've got a brand new driver's side windshield order for this motorhome. I don't know if you can see it on camera or the pictures, but there is a crack that goes right down in the driver's field of vision. So I'm spending $1,500 to put a windshield in it for you, and still keeping the price checked out, ready to go at only $39.9. Got a Lumigard patio awning. Monaco, which is also builds Holiday Rambler RVs, well known for quality for over 50 years. It's got a 9-layer roof system with a peaked aluminum roof. Not fiberglass, not rubber roof, but aluminum. It's got a 5-layer sidewall, polyethylene coated storage compartments, a completely enclosed basement. This furnace right here, folks, is also heating the basement where all your plumbing and all your tanks are located at. So even though it's 20-something degrees out here, folks, you still don't have to worry about stuff freezing as long as you've got your heat on. Got hydraulic leveling jacks built on the Roadmaster chassis with the airbags and the air suspension, giving it a superior ride and drive. Got a great Roadmaster's got one of the best turning radiuses of any motorhome out there. And Roadmaster was exclusively for Monaco products like the Holiday Rambler, the Monaco motorhomes, the Beavers, the Safaris, the Treks, and more. Let's look inside this Monaco Night 38 PBD because it is frigid out here, folks. As we look inside, and it's at least 20 degrees warmer in here. At least that. And I haven't even had the furnace on that long. This thing's got a heck of a heater on it. As we step inside, I mean, I know this is an '01 model. I know this is an older motorhome. I know it's 17 years old, but my gosh, folks. Where do you see another 17-year-old motorhome that's in as nice of condition and looks as good as this motorhome does? Leather furniture, both front seats swivel for party seating. Now the TVs have been updated. They originally came with CRTs. It's got HDTVs. Let my fingers thaw out a little bit here, folks. Backup camera works great. Sit down here at the cockpit area. Like I said, it's a 6-speed Allison transmission. Heated mirrors. You've got the engine brake. I don't know how well I can zoom in on that. Oh, and it does have an ABS light, folks, that we're going to have looked at. See what if we can get that taken out for you. It does have 37,901 miles. Got the power visor. Like I said, I don't know, you can't really tell it in the video. I don't think you can anyway, but it does have a crack in the windshield, which we are replacing. Got a CB radio. Looks like a more modern CD stereo than what came in at factory. Got the air dump in case you need to lower it down to put it under a shed or something. Battery boost switch. Cruise, of course. Got the RVA hydraulic leveling jacks like they used in many of them back then. The dash is not beat up. You know, a lot of these that people have had pets in and stuff, you're going to see claw marks where they pick the dash because this is that covered vinyl dash, but doesn't have any of that. There's no smoke odors in here. No bad odors at all, folks. I mean, this has been a well cared for motorhome. I know it's an older one, folks, but let me tell you something. You try to find these things with 37,000 miles, 2 slides, and a diesel for this price anywhere else. They're just not out there, folks. Believe me, I look every single day, and 80% of the stuff I look at that I can buy and sell in this price range is junk, and I won't buy it. That's why I haven't been shooting as many videos in this price range. You know, I usually have to go above this price range or go with the gas burner. Back in 2001, folks, this thing stickered for about 150 grand. And you won't believe this, but I checked the price on a 4 Winds double slide gas burner, a new one, this morning for a customer. That 4 Winds, which is nowhere near the quality of this, and I'm not talking bad about a brand, but it is not even close to the quality of this Monaco. And it's a gas burner, not a diesel, and it's the same price as this diesel was back in 2001. And the bad thing is, folks, you take care of this motorhome will still be on the road, still being used when that 2018 is falling to pieces, heading to the junkyard. It's just a whole lot better quality motorhome, and many of you don't realize this, but I check prices used and new every single day. A diesel motorhome now is double what it was in 2001. So this, you know, if you want the equivalent now in a diesel motorhome, you're going to spend right at 300 grand. For a quality brand like this. Here in the back, we did have new carpet installed because it had the original carpet. It wasn't stained, but it was, after 18 years, you can imagine, or 17 years, it was pretty worn. So we replaced that. All this is the original furniture. It looks great. This is a sleeper sofa. Got a table right here that folds up. Got a little swivel chair. Table booth makes a bed. Got Corian countertops. They're not broken. They're not cracked. Got a hardwood floor in here. Microwave convection oven. stovetop, which I haven't even opened this yet. That is one heavy stovetop. Look at those eyes, folks. That's a sign they obviously didn't cook in here. Corian. This is a seamless Corian sink, so you don't have to worry about sealing it or having any lines that can leak. Residential style faucet. And these have got the Corian sink covers to give you extra countertop space. This is a good quality RV, folks. These are solid hardwood cabinets. It does have an upgraded 14 cubic foot nor cold refrigerator freezer. And it's clean. In fact, we haven't even set it up yet. I mean, this literally, besides putting carpet in it, folks, which we did yesterday before the snow hit, this is just how it came in. We haven't even cleaned it up yet. And of course, obviously hadn't washed it in this weather, but furnace works great. Generator works great. We haven't even checked this RV out yet, folks. Walk-through bathroom. Got a stand-up shower with the glass surround. Still got stickers in it. Obviously, with only 37,000 miles, this thing hasn't had a ton of use to it, even if it is the age it is. Skylight, you can look around that. See, this padded headliner has a couple of benefits. First benefit is it helps reduce road noise and helps insulate your coach. So I guess that's two benefits. But the third benefit that most, and RV dealers won't admit this because they probably got RVs on their lot with the headliner sagging down. If you ever get a roof leak, which is rare, very, very rare with Monaco's peaked aluminum roof and the 9-layer roof system, but if you ever have a roof leak, this headliner is going to sag down, kind of like an old car that you see somebody driving with a headliner sagging down. This is going to do the same thing. So if you ever have a water leak, it's going to be pretty obvious to whoever looks at the RV in person. And especially the skylight, I know, is traditionally a weak place for one to leak. And you can see they've kept it sealed. There's no sag in this headliner anywhere. It does have a washer and dryer, which is also an option. Got the little washer and dryer combo, which, you know, folks, I'm not a fan of, but if you're going to live in one, there you go. That'd probably be a benefit. Got a private water closet. Let's look at it before we go into the bedroom. It's got a porcelain RV toilet. In here looks great. You can see how thick that roof is, folks. It's a 9-layer insulated roof. Even though it's 28 degrees right now, it's toasty in here, let me tell you. I mean, this is that 5-layer sidewall, 5-layer floor, and 9-layer roof system. This kind of weather, you can go in this one. You can run the furnace in this for 30 minutes, and then just pick another brand at random, run it for 30 minutes. It's going to be warmer in here, a whole lot warmer in here after 30 minutes than those other brands. And it's going to stay warmer after you cut the furnace off because of that extra insulation. Got a full 60 by 80 house size queen bed in here. Got little nightstands on each side, reading lamps. Got a big closet across the back. This is with a sliding mirror door. And you can see I'm not hiding nothing. Inside looks great. And folks, I'm sitting on top of a 315 horse ISC Cummins diesel, folks. And there is barely any noticeable vibrations and very little engine noise. And believe it or not, when you're actually driving down the road, it's not that bad back here because the noise is going behind you, and the vibrations aren't bad at all. So, I mean, you can actually, if you wanted to, sleep back here with the motor running and you're driving down the road. Well, somebody else is driving down the road. You do have a solid sliding privacy door, another HDTV back here, big windows. You know, I don't know if this curtain is actually a factory or not. Somebody's added it in the last several years, but it's there. This unit is that was the one thing I was wondering about, if it's the 26,000 GVWR chassis, because they made two of them. They made a 22 and a 26. 26, of course, having the higher towing capacity, and this has definitely got the 26. I just verified it, so that's going to give you an easy 5,000 pound towing capacity. And folks, let me tell you something. You take that class 3 hitch and spend you $200 or $300, get you a class 4 hitch, and you can tow 7,000 or 8,000 pounds with this motorhome. It's got that much left in it, but back in, I mean, they figured back in '01, most people are only going to tow a car, an SUV, or a minivan or something like that behind this, which you're fine with 5,000 pounds if that's all you're going to tow with it. But the good thing about this, folks, is if you've got a big trailer you want to tow, or a boat, a heavy boat, you've got the ability to tow more than 5,000 pounds by just spending a few $100s and putting you a different hitch on there. And you've definitely got the chassis for it, the transmission, and the motor for it as well. Anyway, folks, even the glass is not broken. This is, you know, that glass right there, that decorative glass right there. Tell you something, folks, and this is going to be a hard item to find for this price. And I'm sure many of you are getting frustrated because you've been looking online, you only want to spend 40 grand. You want a nice diesel motor home with good miles, and you're just not having much luck. And folks, believe me, I feel you, because I run through the same issue every day. However, I am going to sell this one, checked out, ready to go. We can get this thing checked out very, very quickly. Just contact your sales department. They'll get you a idea of a checkout time on a Class A diesel. And they'll also send you over a list of everything that we inspect. We do a major, extensive major systems check on this RV that will be completed after purchase. Right now, my shop getting pretty well caught up, so they can get this thing done fairly quickly. So when you call, get that copy of that list of everything that we inspect. And folks, and let me clarify this, anything on that list that may not function, we repair it at our cost. In other words, we're not going to charge you for repairs if the problem is located on that list. And a lot of people get confused about that. They think we inspect it, but then we charge them for the repairs instead of us paying for it. But folks, that $39.9 price includes us repairing anything on that list that may not function. And doesn't matter if it costs us thousands of dollars, folks. We repair it. The price is $39.9. I don't foresee this thing being a major issue. Like I said, we got an ABS light on. I've already ordered a windshield, and we got to put 2 new canvases on the slide toppers. We'll make sure the main awning works out good. We'll make sure it's got a good canvas on it. All that's included for $39.9 plus much, much more, folks. You know, I'm not going to go over every little thing on the list. I can promise you this, folks, there's not another dealer in the country that will inspect a 17-year-old motorhome as extensively as we do. And if you were selling one to your neighbor, you wouldn't inspect a 17-year-old motorhome as extensively as we do. Now, do we cover every single little bitty thing on this motorhome? Of course not, folks. It's 17 years old. We can't make this thing new for a used price. I mean, you could pay $150,000 for this motorhome and still would be a used motorhome. But we do make sure that all your major systems work, all the important systems work. I mean, and like I said, contact us for a copy of that list. We call that the Option A haggle-free price of $39.9. And you also, after inspection, you get a personal walkthrough by the RV tech that checked it out, explaining everything, going over everything with you, showing you how to operate it, so when you take it to the campground, you're going to know what you're doing. That's included for that $39.9 price. And folks, I had some people here the other day that it was their first motorhome, and he spent 3.5 hours going over a Class C motorhome with them because he answered all their questions, gave them some tips. I mean, they left here, they knew what they were doing. And that's included for that $39.9 price. Other dealers charge you extra for that, but we don't. You get that inspection, you get the walkthrough. Of course, you get instructional DVDs to follow up with. You've got you get a starter kit with all your camping essentials and much more, folks. $39.9, and that's a haggle-free price, because if I have to do all that work, folks, then that price is what it takes to buy it. And I'm not trying to get rich off this motorhome. I assure you, our markup is a third or a fourth of what the other dealers mark their units up. And right now, I mean, I'm very lucky to have this. I'll be honest with you. You know, I've got plenty of Class A diesels for $49,900, $59,900, $69,900, up to $100,000. I can find them and sell them, but to find these lower price diesels that are not worn out, that have good miles, good condition, folks, people, they're already bought up and people are using them. And I'll be honest with you, the shortage right now, and you've heard me say this before on my other videos, folks, but we're in a huge nationwide shortage for low mileage road ready motorhomes. And it's because of the economy. Our economy's booming. The Dow Jones is at record highs. Unemployment levels at record lows. People have money now. People are making, we got these tax cuts. These companies are starting to give bonuses and raises, and people have money now that can buy RVs that before a few years ago couldn't afford to buy an RV. And so they're buying used RVs. Well, here's the thing. What happened in the mid to late 2000s that put new RV production at an all-time low? The recession. So there's a very limited supply of used RVs because of the recession way back then. So there's not as many of these things left to sell used. And who wants to go out and spend $300,000 on a motorhome that this one right here for $39,900 will do everything that $300,000 motorhome will do and save you about $260,000. So that's why inventory's low right now. That's why there's more buyers than ever and there's less inventory than ever. So you can imagine these things get very, very competitive to buy. And, you know, we've been doing this for 50 years now. You know, we don't try to get rich on every one of these we sell. We make our dollar, like I said before, my grandfather taught me, you make your dollar with 10 dimes instead of 4 quarters. We sell almost 600 units a year, so we don't have to make as much per unit. That allows us to sell it for less. We're not like these other RV dealerships that charge you thousands of dollars in fees on top of the sales price. Acquisition fees, checkout fees, prep fees, dock fees, tag and title fees, and acquisition corporate fees, and whatever other name they come up with. They're all 100% dealer profit. The only fee you should pay anytime you buy a new or used RV is the sales price and any applicable sales tax. Anything else is dealer profit. We don't charge extra fees, folks. We keep our prices firm, but they're also out the door. That's as fair as we can be. It's $39,900 if you're here in person looking at it. It's $39,900 if you're sitting in the California West Coast and want to fly down here and buy it. It's $39,900. It's $39,900 if you live 2 miles down the road from us and you want to buy it. It's $39,900. It's the same price for everybody. Doesn't matter if you're paying cash, doesn't matter if you're financing, doesn't matter if you're trading, or a combination of those three. Doesn't matter how far you got to come to get this RV, that's the price. I keep things fair for everybody. I'm not taking any less if you want those services that we provide. However, we do offer a option B. And option B saves us time and money and allows us to save you time and money by discounting you the unit and allowing you to pick it up the same day you pay for it. And that is, you buy the unit the same way we did, as it sits, no checkout, no inspection. What you see is what you get in this video, folks. You know, if something doesn't work, then you have to repair it. If you buy it with option B, we're not repairing it. It will include the windshield, since I've already ordered that, but that's the only thing it will include that's not shown in the video. You'll have to put your own slide toppers on. You'll have to fix ABS light. You'll have to fix anything that may or may not function. And be honest with you, folks, I found, besides those things I mentioned, I think I found 2 light bulbs that are burned out. Fridge is on, it's cold. Furnace is on, it's hot. Of course, it's winterized, so I can't check the plumbing system, but the propane system obviously works because I got the furnace on. I've already check the major systems. I know the generator runs. So, you know, this wouldn't be a bad candidate for option B, but I will give you a personal bit of advice, folks. If this is your first motorhome, your first RV, your first one in a long time, take the option A price. That way you can take it, you can enjoy it, you can use it, you get the walkthrough, you get the demonstration, so you know how to operate everything, and it's a stress-free, worry-free option. You can take it right to the campground and start camping. But like I said, if you're like me, you own several RVs, you know your way around a toolbox, you know how to work on them, option B is a good choice for you. So it's different strokes for different folks, I guess is the best way to say it. $39.9, option A, haggle free, or for a price on option B. Taking it as is, as it sets, good with the bad, contact us for a price. You don't have to make your decision based on my video and pictures and description. You can come make an appointment, come here and look at it in person. We'll plug it into power or run the generator, turn the heat on or the air on, depending on what the temperature is, turn the fridge on, let you do your own inspection. After you do your inspection, you can then decide if you want to do option A or option B. That's as fair as I can be, folks. Either price you go with, that's a haggle-free, out-the-door price, plus sales tax, of course. If you're a Georgia resident, all out-of-state residents will pay your own state sales tax rate when you tag and title this RV at your local DMV office in your home state. Option A and option B both come with a 45-day temporary drive-out tag, good anywhere in the country. Option A and option B comes with your starter kit and instructional DVDs, as well as those other things you get with option A only, of course. Give us a call. Our phone number is 706-965-7929. Evenings and Sundays, 423-605-6747. Our website is parkwayrvcenter.com, and you can see our inventory. We've got over 150 used RVs, more arriving every day. We've got the largest inventory of used RVs of any dealer in a 500-mile radius, and we're one of the oldest independently owned, family-owned and operated used RV dealers in the United States today. Since 1968, we're into our third generation, working on number 4, and we've always been here for you folks, and we're not going